This is the Dusit Thani Hotel in Pattaya. It first opened in the 1980s, so it's one of the oldest hotels in the city. It's also, in my opinion, one of the best, mainly because of its beachfront location. Today I'm staying in a one-bedroom suite on the second floor. So come with me and let's check out the room. This is the one-bedroom suite at the Dusit Thani. You walk straight into this living room area here. There's a sofa and a chair over there. A coffee table. And then this large TV. I think that's a 48-inch or maybe even bigger. But it's a pretty good size. And then tucked away in the corner here, you have a mini bar. Kettle, coffee, drinks there if you need to pay for them. So this is a nice little area when you return from a day out or you've been by the pool all day, you can just come back and chill. Or when you're waiting for half an hour to go out at night, just sit down and watch the TV. There are some pictures on the wall and a plate. Not entirely sure who chose those pictures. A leaf, an orchid, lilies. Now you walk through into this corridor. There are tiles on the floor here. On the right there are these large floor-to-ceiling mirrors. That's a really nice feature. It's a full-length mirror. It's probably about 12 foot long along a large part of the corridor. On the left, this is the bathroom. This is a large old bathroom. There you go, there's a full bath with a shower. Sink. Nice and big. Look at that. That's a nice big sink. A wooden cabinet. And the toilet is nice and enclosed. And then it's a walk-in bathroom as well. Plenty of space there, and the shower, I can confirm, does get pretty hot. And it has lots of power. Big bathroom, come out of there. Sliding doors, I quite like those. Nice brass fittings as well. Real wood. And glass. So nobody can see inside. It's just got that ridges, got those ridges to it to obscure the view slightly. Walking down here, you can continue with this wood and a kind of silver bronze colour wallpaper. Wallpaper is pretty premium. You don't really find that in hotel rooms. This is the walk-in closet. And again, there's a wooden door frame, there's frosted glass and plenty of space. You put your suitcase there, there are drawers, cupboards, dressing gowns, a hotel safe, hairdresser, umbrella, a brush for cleaning shoes, and plenty of drawers down there for extra storage. I often wonder who uses all of this storage when they come to a hotel. But there's plenty there should you need it if you're here for an extended stay. There we go. So this is the main bedroom, and there's a nice bronzy gold coloured carpet. Nice soft carpet, which is a very premium touch for a hotel room. Again, everything's nice and wooden furniture. Wooden panels on the back of this wall next to the wallpaper. TV here is a little bit smaller than the TV in the reception room. This must be about 42 inches. 48, maybe I'm not great with TV sizes, but that's okay for watching while you're in bed. There are 2 double beds, so plenty of space, plenty of room. Again, walking over here, you have these lovely, these are lotus plants. This is a printed canvas and it's backlit, which is nice. The headboard here, that's firm, that's cushioned, and it's silver, a kind of silver bronze colour. Wallpaper here. So wallpaper throughout the rooms, which is a nice touch. It's a premium touch. Easy for it to get dirty though. Probably often needs repapering. The usual bedside reading lamp. There's a nice big desk over here with a big comfy chair. Plenty of space here to open up your laptop and sit down and work for a few hours if you really need to. The mirror frame, continuing with the silver gold theme of the whole room, which ties really like their silver, gold, bronze. And then there's the bed there with a nice chair beside it. Hotel rooms with chairs, it's a sign that they're in that mid-scale, upper mid-scale range. Let's move out onto the balcony. This is actually only on the 2nd floor, so it's the lowest floor room that you can get, but there's still a nice view of the sea. This building here is the fitness centre gym, which has been added onto the hotel since it was built in the 1980s. Decent sized balcony here. There's a sun lounger there if you really want to sit on the balcony. Lights. And let's just enjoy that view looking out over Pattaya Beach. You can see the Pattaya sign in the distance there. There we go, just zoom right in and you can see the Pattaya sign on the hillside. The view's not too bad. You can see over there you've got the Mercure, the Amari, the Holiday Inn, and the Hilton way off in the distance. So the room is very spacious, the balcony is spacious. Now let's just point out a few of the things that are, just bring down the standard a little bit, which means it's probably not up there with a Hilton, that kind of premium price that you pay for. This sun lounger, for example, it's a little bit dirty. You go here to the bottom, there's a hole there. There's a bit of mould on it. It's probably not the kind of thing that I'd like to lie down on there in my swimming shorts. It just needs to be replaced. These are the kind of things you need to replace every few years in a hotel if you want to keep up those premium prices. A drying rack. A wooden drying rack, that's nice. I like rooms that are all wooden. Stepping back inside the room here. So the hotel is, I'd probably say it's an upscale hotel. It's not quite up there with a 5-star premium, but it's a very nice hotel. They go for the wood, the authentic wooden furniture, but this kind of thing, it does wear and tear very easily. You can see on the chair as well, there's chips to the paint. It's the kind of thing that needs to be maintained, repaired every 2 or 3 years. It just lets the room down a tiny bit. Wood is not easy to maintain when you have guests coming and going every day, and it's not their room. Wallpaper is a premium feature, but you know, paw prints on the wall, sticky fingers, and again, wallpaper is the kind of thing that is hard to maintain You can see how it's just coming loose. The cleaners really need to take a look at that. You can see some dust up there. That's something that should be taken care of really in a room like this. The carpet, hotel rooms with carpet are great. It's so much nicer than a hard wooden floor or tiles or polyurethane surface. But it's subject to wear and tear, unfortunately, and you can see bits and pieces of it where it's starting to thread and the cotton is starting to pull. The wallpaper gets little stains on it here and there. One thing I would point out is these lamps. They're quite bizarre. There's a kind of canvas coat to it that's been wrapped in plastic. They move quite easily, so they're not always straight when you come in the room. They can wobble and they can move. They don't feel too premium, and there's a lot of dust behind there. Someone needs to give the cleaners a good telling to. I wonder if they do a deep clean every so often. It's probably time for them to give the room a good going over with a duster. Lamps. Letting down the side with those lamps. I'm not sure about them at all. But they've got that silver colour to them, silver and cream. So it fits really well in with the overall colour scheme of silver, cream, bronze, brown, gold. Nice and premium. Big size room. You wouldn't get that size room really in a hotel that's been built more recently. They try and cram as much as they can into a small space and get as many rooms as they can out of the building. Increase the revenue. But as this was built in the 1980s, space was not at so much of a premium, so they're much more generous here, which I prefer. I like the carpets, I like the wood. So given the choice between a more modern room with its kind of cold, clinical finishings or something like this, which is softer but warmer and perhaps a little rough around the edges in places, I would take this. And of course the view. I'm going to go now and show you some of the gardens and also the view from the sun lounges across Pattaya. So there you can see the Dusit Thani Hotel building. It's a low-rise building because it was built in the 1980s. If it was built today, it'd be more like that, a huge tower block stretching to the sky like the Holiday Inn and the Amari. Behind that you have the Mercure, another tall building. And if you look over into the distance, you can see a row of sunbeds. That's a third pool at the Dusit Thani, and there's actually beach access. You can walk straight down onto the beach from there. And this is one of the things I absolutely love about the location of this hotel. It's at the very tip, on the north tip of Pattaya Beach, so the views across the bay are awesome. There's a row of sunbeds here where you can just relax, spend the whole day here if you want, looking out over to the ocean. You have Koh Larn in the distance, and if you keep swimming that way, you'll probably get to Hua Hin eventually. Look at those views. This is really the best location for a hotel in Pattaya. They did well getting this bit of land. There's the hotel again. Direct beach access is really great. You can see the Pattaya sign way off in the distance. and then walking around. That's a great view to just chill on those sunbeds and look out over to the ocean. Wow. This is my favourite part of Pattaya. Forget all the bars, forget all the nonsense, just chill here, beautiful gardens, and enjoy the sea.